Oh, hello there. I didn't see you there. I'm Philip Zimbardo, and this is the introduction into psychology. In this video, you will get the basic information to pass Miss Heckman's final. So Dom, you better stay awake back there.
What's psychology?
What? What that, you ask? Well, psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes.
How are we supposed to remember all that?
Well, another way to remember it is the body and the mind working together to produce behavior. Also remember, psychology is influenced by biology and philosophy. Let's look at the history. Psychology started out as the idea that observation can be a scientific procedure and you can learn as you watch. Now, let's look at some important historical figures in psychology.
Plato, Socrates, and Descartes all believed in the concept of dualism, the idea that the mind and body are separate and distinct from one another.
John Locke argued that the mind is a blank slate at birth, and as we grow, our mind does too.
Sir Francis Galton argued that genius is a hereditary state. He was also the first person to create knowledge tests.
Wilhelm Wundt established the first psychology laboratory in 1879 at Germany's University of Leipzig.
William James believed that everything we do is for the survival of the species.
Sir Francis Bacon is known to be the father of empiricism. He believed that past experience influences how you perceive things in the future. This just in! Sigmund Freud has risen from the dead, and he is here with us now for a once-in-a-lifetime interview. Thank you for being here today with us, Mr. Freud.
Glad to be here, Mr. Zimbardo.
So, can you tell us a little bit about your work?
Well, I'm best known for my work on psychoanalysis, which is the study of the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is what we are unaware of. Ways to explore the subconscious mind include dream analysis or free association.
And what is free association?
Free association is when one says a kind of word and the subject comes up with the first thing that comes into his or her head.
Do you have any examples of free association?
Let me show you. Glasses.
Case,
Hand.
foot,
Mouth.
algebra,
Lunch.
dinner,
Ice.
cold,
Fire.
hot,
Go.
But psychology isn't all just fun and games. There is something known as the big debate. Nature versus nurture. Genes versus environment!
Go. Well, obviously people are the way they are because of nature. It's in our genetics. It's a part of our biology.
Not true. We're the way we are because of nurture. Our mothers and our fathers have raised us to believe and to act the way we do.
No, it's because of nature.
It's nurture.
It's nature.
Nurture!
Nature!
Let's discuss some important terms and branches of psychology. Go.
Introspection is looking inward. It's using your different senses to get a better understanding of yourself.
Behaviorism is when you observe people's behavior as they respond to different situations. Psychology is based off observation. Two important behaviorists include John B. Watson and B.F. Skinner.
Humanism is how the current environment affects our growth potential. It also stresses the importance of love and acceptance. Two big humanists are Carl Rogers and Abraham Maslow.
Empiricism is the idea that knowledge originates from experience. This has to do with the nurture side of the big debate.
Go.
Basic research is pure science that tries to increase the scientific knowledge base.
Applied research tackles practical problems such as helping others or in the workplace.
Shaping is teaching of being a complicated task through small steps in the hope that they will soon learn the complicated task. Sit. Cody, sit. Down. Good job.
Insight is a new understanding of an old problem.
Cognitive is of the mind. It's a branch of psychology. It is the study of the interaction between thought processes and brain functions.
Now that we have most of the vocab down, let's look at the scientific method. First step is to identify a question.
Will the water turn green if I add this green dye to it?
Then you need to make a hypothesis, what you think the answer will be.
I think that it will.
Then you need to test. Observe, experiment, and ask.
Look, the water's turning green.
Then you make a theory.
I guess whenever you add green dye to water, it'll turn green.
Now don't forget, you have to replicate this process many times and have many other people conduct the experiment so that you know it is correct. Now we are going to discuss the 4 goals in modern psychology. The first one is describe, stating what you see. The second one is explain, the why of that behavior. The third one is predict, making a statement on what you think will happen in the future. And the fourth one is control, attempting to make something else happen. You need to say this at least 500 times to have it fully engraved in your mind. Describe, explain, predict, control.
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 Describe, explain, predict, and control.
Describe, explain, predict, control.
Describe, explain, predict, control.
Go.
Describe, explain, predict, control. Describe, explain, predict, control.
That's all the time we have. I hope that you have gained the valuable information needed to pass the psychology final. Until next time, I'm Philip Zimbardo, and this is the Introduction into Psychology. In this video, you will get the basic information needed to pass Miss Heckman's
What psychology? Sorry, that was my...
information, and I know you will pass Miss to pass Miss Heckman's psychology.
Describe, predict, control.
Explain.
Explain. No, that was it. Describe, explain, predict, control.